Okay, so been revisiting all my sores I've gotten throughout the 3 years I've been on YouTube now, and like to revisit them to see how they held up. So today we're going to revisit this unokubi from Lee Swords. It's a 9260, and I'll get into that in the video. So we will get started here in a minute. Just so everybody knows, this is a new camera, so if things seem a little off, like the focus and whatnot, it's because, well, I'm still learning it. So without further ado, let's get involved in it. Okay, so like before, we're going to start with the saya. Now, it's a pretty nice saya. I like the color of it. It's held up really, really good. The gloss that they put on has no ripples, no nothing. And it's like a splatter effect, you could say, that they have on it. I did have to shim it, but excuse me. I've had this for over a year or so, and I've used it off and on. So it's on par. It's like a medium type wood. Now, the silver there, like I said, it's like a splash effect, but it's like they took a brush and just quickly, like, flung that paint on. So I think they should have done more of a splash effect with that. It's supposed to be, like, representing clouds and whatnot. But it's not a big deal. The saya, like I said, it does its job, and it's held up fairly well, besides having to re-shim the Koriguchi. Now here, there's the Korigata. The Seigyo is not thick. It's basically the Ito. And you can kind of see the metallic color here in the paint job. Like I said, it's like a splash effect. Well done, well executed, and it holds its color really, really nice. So, let's move to the next one. Now, there's the Fuji. It's got some detail now. By the naked eye, you can't see that very well. I mean, you could, but this is why we have a new camera. And that is real Samigawa paneling. Not big nodules at all. But if you see the top of the Ito there, it's really even throughout. And this Ito's never gotten loose. And there's the Minuki. It's fairly well done. I mean, for a little casting like that, it's going to be a little muddy because it's kind of hard to get those details in it. But overall, it's nice, and it hasn't really moved at all. So, I think this Ito wrap is nice. It stayed tight. With this new camera, you can kind of see white there where the paint didn't get into the crevices, of course. But that's on par. That's not a big deal. But the diamonds are fairly even, as you can see. Like I said, they haven't moved around. They've pretty much stayed the same. And pretty soon we're going to have the knot for the Kashra, which the Kashra is still tight. And if you see that knot is really good and tight. You can move it a little bit, but it's not bad. Now on to the Suba. The Suba is a steel Suba. It's just blackened, so it does pick up rust, so you have to wipe it off. Excuse the shakiness. I'm using a slider here. Like I said, we have new equipment, so I'm trying to get used to it. But this doesn't look like it was cut with a plasma, and it definitely was not a mold. So what I'm thinking is, because the cuts are really super clean, no sharp edges. And you can see a little rust at the bottom, if you pay attention, on the right there. They probably used a water jet, which I appreciate that, because water jets come out super, super clean. So let's go to what everybody really likes, the blade. Typical leopard hibaki. I know some people don't like it. With this sword, it actually goes with it. I have two swords from Lee Swords, and they both have this, and they go very well with this, instead of just plain. Now, this is a through-hardened blade, like in my first review. It's a little blur. 9260 spring steel, which is great for beginners because it won't take a set. And you can see the bohey's really nice in this. If I remember correctly, there's no ripples in this at all. You can see a little grinding mark there from them polishing. But other than that, I mean, it just cuts like a dream, handles well, and yeah. So if you're looking to get, unfortunately, you can't get this one from Lee Sword. It's no longer made. So, but which is kind of a shame. But it's held up really well. And there you guys go. If you're looking to get a sword from them, I would suggest it.